Yo, what is up, guys? You're listening to the Wavers Podcast, a podcast that answers the unanswered. Welcome back, guys. Today we have Adele Lew. She's one of the few racing drivers in the country, working with the likes of Leona Chin. She's part of the only female racing teams to get P5 in the Johor Karting series and P7 and P8 in the October endurance race. She's currently racing in Toyota Gazoo Racing. Welcome. Welcome.
Hi.
Right. Okay. So I think without further ado, let's get straight into it. So
Okay.
yeah, I mean, okay, let's make it a bit more casual, more than a professional sort of interview. So, uh, I'll start with asking how's everything. How's life? So how are you coping?
I would say I'm very busy with my 9 to 5, and I actually have a 9 to 5 other than racing. And for racing, it has been a little bit slow this year, I would say. I mean, in 2023. So, hopefully, I'm still praying for more races upcoming.
Yeah, I'm also hoping for that because yeah, definitely Toyota Gazoo did a really good job having this
Hmm.
sort of program where young drivers
Yeah,
can
yeah,
yeah take part of
yeah.
the motorsport scene in Malaysia. Right.
Yep,
So
definitely.
yep. So I think without further ado, let's get straight to the first question. So
All right.
how did you get started in motorsports? How do you get into it?
Actually, I started karting first in Johor. I started karting during MCO actually. So
I see.
I touched motorsports very late actually, as compared to other drivers lah. So, um, I went fun karting and I realized that I actually really love fun karting at that point of time. So it became like a weekly outing, weekly thing with my family. So me and my dad and my brother, the three of us, we will just go karting every weekend.
Wow.
And yeah, if you don't know where to look for me, I'm definitely at the track. Yeah, so yeah, I literally spend my night there. I will stay until like about 12 or 1. Yeah. Then we were just going round and round, round and round. After that, how I found that I have like the interest in motorsports is when I started doing a very good timing as compared to others. And I managed to be like one of the fastest female driver at the track at that point
Wow.
of time.
I see.
Yeah. That's why I was like, shit, I I might
Got
actually
potential.
really. No lah, no, not potential. No, not potential, but I might actually really love this thing because I can see myself doing well at that point of time. And then after that, my dad and his friends, they organized this karting race, and I joined with if I'm not wrong, I joined with Leona. It's a fun
Oh,
kart race.
I
Yeah,
see.
yeah. And then from there, I started joining my second fun kart race with another few drivers. And then that's how I slowly moved myself into the racing industry lah. Yeah.
Mm, right.
Yep.
So your father is driving a racing driver, right? So
Mm.
yeah, how did that help you improve your racing game? You know, like how did it help you improve how you drive on the track?
Because I have a very strict father. He's very, very strict. And then I mean, if you think about it, like your own father teaching you how to drive and stuff is damn harsh. It's super harsh on us kids lah, on me and my brother. But at the same time, he doesn't have any like intention lah, as compared to other people. So there won't be a person that wants you to drive better than them. Only your father wants you to like drive even better than how he's doing right now. So that's why he has no filter when it comes to teaching us how to drive, what to do and how to communicate as well lah. Communication is super important in racing as well lah. That's how he tries to teach me and my brother. Yeah.
Right. So apart from those, let's get dive in more into motorsports in general, right? So motorsport is known to be an expensive sport. So how much do you
Mm.
think is needed for a young female driver like you, or a young female talent like you, to start karting, to get into the motorsport scene in Malaysia?
Racing industry. Okay.
Right.
Oh, this is a very tough question because I would say it's very different for everyone because I actually started from karting, and karting is not cheap.
Yeah.
And for every 10 minutes that you spend in a track, it will cost you about
75,
not
65.
about
That's in KL.
and you have to understand that I actually train. I wouldn't say train. My dad actually invested a lot of money in karting first, and say it's a lot of rounds per night lah.
Oh.
So money is important when it comes to racing. You must have the ability to spend this amount of money in racing, and don't forget about the cost that will the cost that you will have, or the cost that you will face when it comes to racing. For example, you crashing a car,
Yeah.
your tire puncture, this and that, whatever that happens, it will cost you a bomb. That's the thing. So luckily for me, I was in the Toyota Gazoo program. Everything was free.
Oh.
Everything was free for me. I get to do what I love the most, and I'm super lucky. And I'm still very, very I'm still very happy lah to be part of the team once. So to whoever that wants to start motorsports, it's important to know that it's not a cheap sports. Have to. There is also cheap ways of being into racing lah. Actually, like for example, there are races like MSF. There are small go-kart race also, and people can start recognizing you from those races as well. If you are able to do well and excel in among all the other people lah.
Right. So, recalling what you said, I also watched a lot of I researched a lot about you, cause yeah, it's part of how I how I get questions for my guesses. So I came across this interview where you were asked about your experience, because you being very fairly new to the sport. New to the sport compared to drivers like Mika Hakimi or many others drivers that has already been grinding on the sim racing. On sim racing. So my question to you is, what are the main difficulties you face when racing, when competing with these guys?
Actually, when I started racing, I do not know how to drive a manual car.
Oh, I
So
see.
it was, yes, so shifting, downshifting, and learning how to brake, learning how to downshift, and then keep the rev at the correct rev when you downshift and stuff. It was a little bit difficult for me at first. It was all over the place, and I don't even dare to watch back any of my onboards from that point of time because it's gonna be so funny and so embarrassing. But I started to learn slowly, and that's when my dad came in lah to really tell me, brake harder, slow the car down more, downshift later a little bit, don't downshift so fast. Yeah, that's how I really learned lah at the point of time. Yeah.
Right. So, was there a certain extent where you have to work, like probably 2 times harder as compared to other drivers?
Mm, I mean, familiarizing with the track is very important lah at the start, because the first time when I got on the simulator and I drove in Sepang, I was uh, I was driving okay in the simulator. I was driving. I know this corner. I know this corner. I know what's coming next.
Okay.
And the next moment I got onto the track itself, I was like, oh my god, shit! The track is so huge, and it was actually a little bit scary because you are actually experiencing all the G-force and the speed lah is different from when you play on a simulator. Yeah.
Right. So, you being a female racer apart from the other rookies, right? So,
Mm.
I think if I could recall, I think you're one of the only rookies, which is a female racing driver, right? So, I would like to ask, how do you deal with
Mm-hmm.
the physical intensiveness of the sport in terms of what you mentioned, the G force? Just touch wood. I'm not sure whether you've gone into any accidents on the track, but how do you deal with all this mentally and physically?
Actually, mentally and physically, nothing much. For me, it's the same. I treat everyone the same as how they treat me. And even though I'm a female, yes, people will be like, she's a female driver, this and that. But to me, when I put on my helmet, everyone is the same to me. I don't really care about. Actually, if my helmet is not pink and I don't have this kind of body structure, you wouldn't even know that I'm a female driver as well. So yeah. And in terms of mentally, yes, of course I'm scared lah, uh because of my experience in racing as compared to the other people at that point of time. And that's why I was a little bit afraid. But I have so many good drivers around me. I have my dad, my friends, and I'm super like happy to have them lah. They are guiding me step by step even until today. Like they are still trying to help me out. They will help me find drives. They are always there for me. I'm very lucky to have all these people around me.
Right, that's good. Yeah, that's good to hear.
Mm,
Right, so you being born in a racing family, your dad is a well-respected veteran of the sport, and
mm,
your brother is last year's 2023's rookie of Toyota
yeah.
Gazoo Racing. So,
Yep.
who's the fastest, in your opinion?
No lah. No one can beat my dad yet. My dad is still the fastest.
Wow.
Yeah. I still respect him lah. Because I still get super happy and I still jump and I'm still super excited every time he wins a race. Even up to now, he's going against young drivers, those 20 plus years old driver when he's already 50. Yeah, that's why I am still super impressed lah. Yeah, respect.
Right. So, this might be somewhat of a controversial question, right? A somewhat
Mm-hmm.
sensitive question. So, this is from a follower, and
Mm-hmm.
he asked, "Do you think motorsports has been very political and money involved?"
Money involved as in
You pay your way in.
uh mm, political. For me, I haven't experienced any sort of that political stuff lah. There are challenges that I faced in this industry, and it wasn't easy like overcoming all these challenges lah, because you are out in the world facing against uncles, guys, friends, people of your age or even younger, and the way of talking, the way of communicating with each of them is very different. And I can say that I'm a very outgoing person and I might not uh, be able to express myself in the right way to each each person. That's why there is this kind of challenge when it comes to speaking to them lah. But political stuff, there might be, but
Haven't
for me, no
encountered
lah.
any. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So moving on. Right. So you have worked with the likes of Leona Chin, right? Who's an icon among female drivers in the field. So what was it like?
It was very nice working with her, and I really love working with her. She's super helpful. She really always put me first. Yeah. And I am super happy to be able to drive in Sepang 1000 kilometer with her. And I would actually love to do it again. And I miss driving at that point of time. And we both really push very hard, and she really drove very well. And we both pushed and managed to finish the race together. And we are so happy to be able to do that because it's an endurance race. It's not easy to sustain your car for 9 hours, but we managed to do it together lah.
Right. So the 9 hours, right? So how was it? Share your experience about the 9 hours in the car, going round and round in Sepang.
It was tiring, but it's still okay because we take turns. Me and Leona, we will take turns driving in the car, and we managed to keep it at a very consistent pace lah. Thanks to her as well lah. We managed to keep a very consistent pace, and towards my third stint, I think it was very tiring already. I got down the car, I'm looking for water, I need a fan, I'm sweating like mad. But it's something that I will never forget lah. It's something that I'll never forget, and I will do it again, no matter what. Yeah.
Right. So where do you see yourself in the next 10 years in racing? And if not racing, where about?
I don't know, maybe 10 years later I might open my own business. And I might still be racing, or I might have a kid that wanna race as well. Maybe not. I'm not sure. But motorsports is definitely something that I wouldn't want to live. I mean, like, leave these
Yeah.
sports. Yeah. And I want to be like my dad, continue racing until my body tells me no more. Yeah.
Right. So tell me more about your brother, right? So your brother, I did some research about him, and I don't think he gotten much media attention compared to you and your dad, right? So I think we need to hear more about him. So from you, how is he doing, and yeah, how is he coping with the sport and all?
He's doing very well, actually. I am very surprised, and it's a little bit like my dad. I can see reflections of my dad with my brother, and I am very proud of him to be doing well. But the problem with us young drivers is that we are not as fortunate as other people that are able to afford their own team or afford their car. But for us, we are trying very hard to actually find a drive for ourselves lah. Even though my brother is a super fast driver and stuff, he actually also faced the difficulty of finding a drive in the future, and that is what I'm going through as well lah. So yeah, but I'm pretty sure my dad will help him a lot lah.
Right. I think I will let's sidetrack away from motorsports a bit. And yeah, I recently saw that in your 2023 recap, your Insta story, right? You yeah, you worked with Stone and Co, and you were part of the one of the three models in the Stone Mantap collection. So tell us more about working with Stone & Co. What was your experience like, knowing that they are a big streetwear brand in Malaysia?
Oh, actually, they're just a group of very fun people. And I've actually joined the event a few times, and yeah, I'm very happy to know Andrew. And Stone and Co is a super nice streetwear brand lah, I would say. And I really love all the fun and outgoing people that I actually met during the events, and yeah.
Right. So was that your first modeling sort of
No lah.
no?
No.
Ah, I see.
No. I have quite a few apparel shootings before, and as modeling, I am not no, I am not fit to be a model lah. But sometimes people just look for me to like shoot for some stuff.
Right. I think that there are really no further questions. Yeah, there are really no further questions. So
Okay.
yeah, quite the episode ended quite fast. So yeah, I just want to take the time to appreciate you, appreciate your time, and also coming out here, trusting me to interview you.
No problem.
Yeah, so thank you so much for the opportunity. So if you guys want to find out more about Adele, the links are in the description down below. So yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace. Bye.
Never like the narco. Got dope like Pablo. Cut throat like Pablo. Chop trees with the Draco. On the knock at Diego. Say hasta luego. Movie and rapping kilo. Snub nose.